is up? How's everybody doing? Forza Milan, Forza Milan.
Forza Milan.
How you doing, my man? How's it going?
Good. Just watching TV. How are you doing?
I'm doing great, thank you. So today Milan played against Liverpool. I did not watch the game. I could not watch it today. But I followed, the stats, etc., etc. So why don't you did you see the game?
Only the second part of the second half when we conceded those goals. The second two.
Okay. So I'm watching the highlights right now for the first time. I think I saw Salamaker's goal. I think I've seen that goal. But anyway, so today Milan lost 4-1 against Liverpool. So there's a lot of conversations to be had. What does this mean? Is it that the EPL teams are just too good for Milan? Because I mean, Napoli did beat Liverpool, and Napoli also beat Crystal Palace. But also, other Italian teams have won against English teams. It seems like it's Milan in general that has this issue against English teams. So that's a conversation to be had. Another conversation to be had is that today I saw that the team was like half of the team wasn't even there, right?
15 players were missing. Not
15?
one, not two, 15.
15 players are missing. So, yeah, that's another conversation to be had. And then the conversation also to be had is like, does this even matter? What happens in December? I mean, does it really matter?
No, in the end, the result doesn't matter. What's concerning the fitness of the players. That's the most concerning part.
Yeah. So these are all three conversations, I guess, to be had regarding Milan right now. But let's start with this one here. What's up with Milan and English teams? What do you think, Ando?
Well, I think in recent years they're just beating us. They are better prepared physically. They have better fitness than us. That's the main issue. They outrun us.
But this doesn't happen with all Italian teams. That's the problem.
No, I'm not speaking specifically about Milan. There was always that kind of problem with the fitness. Nothing else. It's not the style of play. It's not anything else, but just the physical preparation they have.
And the other issue I have with that is that Milan will outplay teams that don't lose to English teams. But then first of all, I really think that this game today had to, whatever. It is whatever. But one thing that has to be said, does Liverpool have more
Just
depth
watch
than Milan?
watch this goal. Where is Gabbia going? He's just running without any purpose. Just a straight line. He's not watching the player. He's not watching where the ball is. He's just running. You see? Why does he continue to run that side when there is nobody?
Let me see this. Well, okay. So you say that's Gabbia.
Yeah,
you say that Gab. Well, I'll tell you what I saw.
Also, not that I think it was Charles playing alongside him. Not that he did a good job.
So right here, this guy, first of all, is not followed by I think Tonali. This is the key, right? This guy here is the key to this play. He comes in there, gets into space. That's where the ball ends. So Gabbia's following this guy, and there he took him. This guy takes on Vranks. So this is three players, I would say, Tonali, Vranks, and then Gabbia gets caught.
Also Pobega. Also Pobega is not tracking his man properly.
Let me see.
Because he's playing as left back. It's not his position. Anyway, it's not his fault. He's not a left back.
Wait, let me see Pobega. Let me see. Okay, so Pobega is here.
He's outrun.
So Pobega is looking at this player.
You see the space he leaves. He's not even trying to.
He could have been closer. Yeah. He should have been closer. But so it's basically four players here that get caught. I don't know. It feels like to me, it feels like Liverpool has more quality.
Yeah, they have. Even at full strength, they have more quality. Right. And especially in a situation when 15 are of our players. They're not playing from the first team. Only played, I think, Lulu and Tonali,
Yeah, and
and maybe Salas Makers if you consider him also.
right.
So
So
only three people.
if Milan has more quality, they would be opening up the defense too. Like we saw Milan open up Liverpool's defense in the first game they played against them, right? That played
Yeah,
between Salamakers, then Leao to Ibrahimovic. So when we have quality, we can do it. But right now there is a lack of quality that I think needs to be discussed. And I think the two main people of this are Rebic and Origi. I think they're very disappointed this year, both of them. And
Rebic in this preparation is terrible. Everything that it can go wrong, it goes wrong. He cannot complete even one simple pass. And this is third game in a row that plays badly like that.
um, uh, I don't understand why Ali doesn't get. And then there's also the situation about Ali. I'll get to the chat in a second. How did Lazatic play? From what I'm hearing, Lazatic had a good game actually.
Yeah,
Um,
yeah, he had a good game. He's just lacking physical attributes, but that will
do you
come in time.
do you guys think that Pobega will improve? Or no, I think of course he will improve. I mean, Pobega is what 23, I think.
Yeah, 23. Plus,
So yeah,
He was playing at left back. He never played at left back.
yeah. That's not his position right now. Like right now, actually talking about Pobega is 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 pointless because right now Pobega is playing there because there is literally no left backs. There are no left backs. But Balotelli is still on holiday. The Hernandez is at the World Cup, and then the next guy available could have been Florenzi, but he's not available. Um, so there's
Calabria as well. He's
Cala-
still.
Cala- yeah, Calabria's not available. Dest is not available. So there's the not just the left back, even the right back position. So Pobega is being placed there. Maybe it's good to see if he could do it. Um, I mean, I don't know. I think it's not that much different from what Balotelli really brings, honestly. Maybe Balotelli a little bit better because he's more aware of those spaces, but I'm not seeing anything special from Pobega on the left back position. I don't know. Have you?
Yeah, well, he's not a left back, so. And Balotelli, of course, he's a natural left back, so no matter how bad he plays, he cannot play worse than Pobega at the left back position. So it's very
Yeah,
different when you play a natural player that plays at that position rather than just an improvised solution. Also,
correct,
the
correct.
one good positive thing out of these friendlies is the youngsters that played for the Primavera. The left back, I think his name is Bolos and something like that. Bakune, even today, El Khalili had an excellent game. So that's the
Nice, good.
only positive thing that we can take out, and maybe Pioli should consider using
And
them
and,
more.
and this too. Well, Salamakers with a beautiful goal. He takes on the defenders really nicely, opens good space. I mean, it's a really good play from Salamakers.
It's a good finish. He's improving on his finishing this season.
So if we look at his play, uh, it's and one thing about Salamakers is that he scores goals against European teams. You know,
Yeah,
that's something. So here, really good play. It's really clever. He takes the defender out of the game, then shoots it in the left, in the far corner, diagonal. It's like that's a great goal.
yeah,
Um,
it's nice movement.
and he scored all his goals against a European competition. And then Adli also. But Adli, for me, I am sure I did not see the game, but I can bet everything that I have, that Ali was the best player in the game today, because every friendly it's like that. Ali is always the best player. He's the most creative player. He's the one that passes the ball. He's the one. He's very.
Yeah, but he
He's a.
has also what I noticed. He has the same problem as CDK regarding the finishing. He just doesn't shoot the ball because there was one situation when he had a clear shot in their half in the penalty area. He didn't shoot the ball. He just turned around and passed the ball back. So they're just terrible in that area. But he's very good at these friendlies. He has the creativity. He has the passing. Just I hope that he can transmit that into official games.
Yeah, I mean, why wouldn't he? Why wouldn't he? That's the question.
Because when he got the chance, although he got, to be fair, he didn't get too many chances, but the game he played, he was terrible.
Well, I don't know about that. Terrible. I mean, the thing is, like, Pioli puts a guy on the pitch. He plays him, and maybe that game, let's say, it didn't go well, but it's not because that game Adli was terrible. Probably was
No,
because
it was the whole team, but still,
yeah, right. So Pioli's here is either some weird politics game that he's doing from the management because of CDK. CDK was a big investment, so he has a pressure to play CDK rather than Adli. And also
I
there's pressure on the people that put in the money, yeah, right. So it's a very complicated situation.
well, I just hope that this time, from the winter, he will do what he had to do in the first half of the season: start Adley and integrate CDK slowly from the bench. That is what he should do.
Yeah, will he do that? I don't know. I don't know. I think he should do it. If I think he should do that. Um, to me, the Ali subject seems very strange. It's like this player has quality. He looks good. He's interpretive. Like he's creative. He creates a. He's busy. He's got energy, and he's not scared to use his quality when building. In the friendlies in the summer, he showed he also had finishing quality with assists and goals. Um, so I don't know what's going on here. I don't understand it. Maybe this is another Hagwe situation that I'll just never understand. We shall find out.
And Pioli needs to learn to use the players in their proper position, because Adley is not a center midfielder. He doesn't play in the double pivot. He's a cam. Use him as a cam.
But that's what he does with Ali.
No, because when he played, he also used them in the center midfield, in the double pivot.
But Ali in the yes, he has also used him there. But that's where his first position is cam. So
He's a
there's
cam. He needs to play there.
CDK, Brahim Diaz, and then the last dude in line is Ali. He's the third guy, the third option for that position. But even Krunic is before him. I think Krunic should be before everybody, to be honest with you. That's another discussion. And I mean that, actually. I really mean that.
Krunic brings balance. When you need balance to the team, just play Krunic.
Yeah. I mean, honestly, listen, that formation that Pioli used in the Champions League, for me, was, for now, for what we have, is perfect. So Rebic on the right, Giroud up top, Leao on the left, Krunic attacking midfielder, Benacer Tonali, the double pivots. Like, we won 4-0, 2 games like that, using
Yeah.
that formation. I mean, there's your answers right there, Pioli, right in front of your face,
Yeah, just Rebic needs to step up, or because he's terrible. These 3 games friendlies, everything he touched, he do it. I don't know, like shit. It was terrible. But I think the
Yeah.
problem with him
Rebic
is he doesn't have motivation to play these kind of games.
Okay,
He
but
needs more motivation.
let's also go back to the Serie A. Like, Rebic, has he been? I mean, I think it's safe to say Rebic has been underperforming.
Yeah, it's a mental problem with him. He can give you 10 good games, and after that, he can give you 10 bad games.
Yeah. Well, one of the reasons why I think something is going on, and I've said this, is because I think that he was the first choice of the left. Now Leao has taken over that position, and Rebic now is second choice. Maybe that fucked with his head. I don't know, but I wish he had the mentality of a killer mentality. He doesn't. He doesn't have it. I don't get it.
He has
So
problems. That's why he's not even with Croatia at the World Cup. He has behavior problems.
yeah, we need him to step up for sure. But if you put him on the right, though, you solve that issue, because now you give him the responsibility that he wants, because he wants to
Yeah.
be a protagonist. Now you give him the protagonist role. He has to compromise just a little bit because, okay, he doesn't like playing on the right. But even though he had shitty games on the right, he was the guy that provided the plays of eventually when we scored on. Like he was a
Yeah.
center of a lot of those plays.
Yeah, maybe he's the solution for. But now when Salamakers is back, I think if he stays healthy,
Yeah, we got to see how. Honestly, it is true though. Salamakers provides everything you need. Honestly, when it comes to balance. So yeah, so maybe with Salamakers back in the right, I don't know. Maybe you put Salamakers instead of Krunic.
yeah, maybe even that can work because we can see improvement in the final third from him.
Yeah, Salamakers as the cam, and then Rebic on the right, Leao on the left, Giroud up top. I mean, CDK starts to play, then I guess. What are you expecting from CDK coming up?
Well, I'm expecting to show some personality from him because he cannot continue like that. I don't care if he plays bad, but he needs to show some fire, some desire to show something on the field. I'm not expecting now he played like bad for the 3 months and suddenly to play great. No, but to show signs of improvement, to show that he's willing to fight, he's willing to play, and to show why he was bad. Because the talent is there, nobody can deny his talent. The talent is there.
Yeah,
Just is the mental problem.
yeah. I definitely see that as well. To be fair, I was watching his highlights with Milan so far. Now, and a lot of things he does, it looks good. It looks like he does have the quality, but
He
it is,
started very good in the first 5 games. He started very good, and after that he dropped off suddenly. I don't know what happened.
yeah. Yeah. No, his mentality needs to come up. His mentality needs to come up for
Well,
sure.
hopefully with Ibra back healthy, he'll be with the team more. He'll be on the bench, and I think it can help the team as a whole.
Yes, yes. Listen, this team at full force, basically, this team with the 15 players that were missing today, is a complete different animal. But I gotta say, Liverpool also apparently played some youngsters
Yeah,
and
it's
some.
not like Liverpool played the full first team, but they were more healthy than us.
Yeah, I mean they had Salah, top player, super top player. They had Darwin Nunes. He leveled up now with the World Cup, so he scored 2 goals, I think. They have Thiago Alcantara. These are players that have.
Elliot played because let's not forget Elliot is also playing for them very often.
Who?
Elliot, Harvey Elliot,
Who's that?
the youngster that plays in midfield. He
I
plays a
don't know.
lot in the Champions League. Firmino played, Gomez played, Robertson played, Mati played.
Yeah, they have a pretty good, solid squad right now. Like we today we're missing Tomori, we're missing Calabria, we're missing Mike Magnan, we're missing who are we missing? There's 15 guys, right?
50, basically from the first team only players that started were Tonali, Kalulu, and Salamakers. Let me check the list. It was 15 players. Just 1 second.
So yeah,
Magnan, Calabria. Moment.
yeah, Magnan, Calabria, Kier, Tomori, Brahim Diaz, Messias, De Catler, Des, Balotelli, Theo Hernandez, Giroud, Leao, Ibrahimovic, Florenzi, Origi. Origi got injured.
I don't know what's happening with it. We need to change it. The medical team, the conditioning team, needs to change because this is not normal. It's not normal.
Um,
And also, what's
yeah.
happening with Messias? He's always injured.
Oh yeah, what happened? Messi? I don't know what is going on,
I
Messias.
don't know what's going on. He's always injured.
Yeah. Yeah, it's quite a crazy situation. What are you gonna do? Any idea how much Redbird is gonna give us in January? I think the Mercato is gonna be the right Mercato. I think now. I think the last Mercato was just too much chaos that surrounded it. It was a very political mercato. It was Maldini had to renew his contract. That went till for a long time, so he had to delay his operations. We probably lost a lot of opportunities there. Then the club was doing the turnover, the ownership. So this mercato, I think, without all of that exterior stuff going on, I think the mercatos now are going to be much better for
I
sure.
think we're gonna get at least one player, but nothing. Don't expect anything spectacular, especially after the World Cup when the prices will be inflated a lot.
Maybe I do have a little bit of optimism on that actually. Spectacular, as in like spend 70 million? No, of course not. Actually, but I do see Ziyech happening. I see Ziyech as a very possible solution because just look at his situation. His situation is begging for a move. That guy wants to move because Chelsea does not consider him. He's proven it in the World Cup he can play. He wants to be a protagonist. That guy's on the move. Now, who's going to get him? I don't know, but I think Milan does have a chance. Yeah.
Yeah, Ziyech is one of the most realistic options for a player that we can get.
Yeah.
Or if they want to go to try for Zaniolo in the summer, maybe they won't do anything for the right side.
Maybe. Yeah. Yeah. Absolutely. I mean, what other positions? So, what position? Let's say you are the DS, and what position would you fix or
Well,
strengthen?
well, first of all, get a young striker. We need that. We cannot just put everything on Giroud's shoulders. Then after that, go for right wing, but with different characteristic than Salah, and leave them two. And I would definitely get a Benacer replacement or a backup Benacer, a similar style of play.
That's what you would do in January.
Yes, in January.
Wow.
Those are the option if I were
Okay.
them. But
Okay. But who do you have in mind? Like which
well,
of
I
those?
don't know about Benacer replacement. They need to do a little bit more scouting because they're good players. For example, from Morocco, but I think Leicester offered 45 million about Onahi. What was his name? The 21-year-old that played in midfield.
Right. So this is
I
the
would, if I was the management, I would go all in on Armabat
this
from
this
Fiorentina
January. This January.
this January because
Hmm.
he has contract expiring.
I do agree with that. Yeah.
That is the number one transfer that we should get because he was everywhere with Morocco.
No, I definitely agree with that one. 100%. I would definitely, if the opportunity is there, I would definitely do a um.
Especially if Benacer
Amrabat.
doesn't sign the contract in the next month.
Yeah, that too. Yeah, that too. Actually, that it would cover that issue as well. That is definitely Amrabat. If you look at the players around right now, is a really great opportunity. It looks like some Premier League teams have put their eyes on him. I think Liverpool actually wants to get Amrabat. That's those are the rumors that are coming out right now. But Ibrahimovic spoke about him recently. So
Yeah.
Amrabat is a player that I think a lot of people are looking at. I would pounce on it as well. Let's put it that way. Yeah.
If they were smart, just act smart before anybody else starts
If
on
they
it.
were smart, and
Yeah.
if they were smart, huh? So what are you trying to say?
Well, also depends on the situation because it will be very difficult right now after the World Cup and especially with Morocco having that great tournament. It will be a bloodbath for their players. As I said, even for Unahi, the youngster Leicester are offering 45 million. So we are not in a position to those kind of bids.
Yeah. I know. Yeah. Milan just cannot compete, unfortunately, in terms of squad depth. Yes, that is definitely true. That is one
But
hundred
even
percent
even
true.
if it's not that we don't have the squad depth right now, but the problem is injuries. Even those squad players are injured, not just the first team. So we have problems with that as well.
Well, I would extend it to, yeah, there's that issue as well. So we can say the medical injury issue is there that overarcs everything. But
Because listen,
I
Origi
do,
is a prime example. Origi never had problems with injuries at Liverpool. Yeah, he was a
that
bench
is not
player. Yeah,
true. That is not true.
he played 30 minutes,
We
but
researched this,
he didn't have this kind of problem. Less injury was before he came here,
and he did have injuries, many injuries.
but
Not
not like
many.
this. Not many, not like this.
Dude, I think the reoperation is not the best operation we've ever done, but I I'm rooting for the guy. I'm rooting for
I'm
him.
just want him to be healthy and to play consistently 10 games. To show because he had some good movements in the last game. He's a different type of striker that we don't have. He's a
If
mobile striker.
Look, if you ask me, I would make Origi into a midfielder. I wouldn't even ask him to be a striker. I'd just say play midfield. Like that's what you're good at. Doing that. I don't understand why Origi is a striker. You should be a midfielder. That's what I would do. So maybe I don't even need to get Amrabat. I just put Origi in the midfield and I solve this issue.
He's strong, he's fast, but again, he's not healthy. That's the biggest issue.
Origi can be literally the perfect number 10 that Pioli wants. This guy that helps the midfield and this guy that also contributes offensively. Like, there's your answer. Origi is your answer.
Maybe, but again, I would still use him as a striker because of his mobility. He offers different solution than Giroud.
Rest in peace, Sinisa Mihajlovic, 100. Yeah, that's very unfortunate. The guy passed
Yeah.
away from leukemia. Uh, Very sad day for football, I think, and very
Yeah,
sad day
I think
also
maybe
in
even
general.
that played a little bit role in today's game because on the way he was connected to some of the players.
Oh yeah,
And
yeah, it was connected to Maldini for sure.
with Maldini and the news before the game maybe even put them down a little bit, which is not an excuse for the bad performance, but it may play the role.
Oh no, listen, for sure. Like the whole football, Italian football, sports. Italy is in what's the term in English? Lutto. It's in Italian lutto. So it's very sad. Yeah, and also Vialli now had to quit the Italian national team. Vialli is also fighting with cancer, and hopefully he's going to be okay as well.
Yeah, the problem is with cancer is the most deadly disease. Even when you think it's gone,
Yeah, it's very
it's
difficult.
very difficult. It's very difficult to compete with that.
But this was Liverpool B team versus B or C team. It shouldn't be 4-1 regardless. Well, Kazar Kai, I disagree uh, because even though Liverpool had their B team, Liverpool had their best goal scorers. They had the Salah, they had Firmino, they had Darwin Nunes. We didn't have our best goal scorers. Leao and Giroud are our best goal scorers. So it's that's why it's 4-1 because Liverpool had their best goal scorers. I really enjoy watching Ziyech playing against France. I definitely see him
Well,
playing
it's
in
not
Milan.
like they had the B team because 80% of the team played, so it's not completely B team.
Yeah, but listen, hey, I guys, Milan and Liverpool are in two different stratospheres as far as where they are in this growth. Milan was a club that was born 3 years ago. Liverpool now has been what is it, eight, six,
7, 7, 8 seasons.
7 or 8 seasons in.
And
So
people forget that
yeah,
Liverpool's pretty much had the similar path with us. They needed time to get to this point,
right,
and they had
exactly.
similar problems.
Yeah, yeah.
So
So I think we can be angry, we can be negative, but we also need to be aware of where this journey is right now. Like, we all see a finish line. We're nowhere close to the finish line. We know that. Okay, I really enjoy but we're actually scheduled ahead, though. That's the good thing. We're going
yeah,
faster than we should. I really enjoyed watching Ziyech playing against France. Can definitely see him playing in Milan. What you think? Yeah, I'm okay with it because I think that He has an excellent left foot. He's got a good offensive energy. He does not work for the team at all. So you put Salamakers there, you put Krunic in there, and he'll cover for him. But I think Ziyech right now is the best thing that Milan can do to increase the quality of the team. And then you can give your opinion too. I think Endon had to go. But yeah, that's how I think about Origi is a midfielder, just when I thought I heard it. Yeah, I mean, honestly, to me, he looks like a midfielder because he's running all over the
Sorry,
place.
I was muted. About Ziyech, yeah, and this is probably the last chance for Ziyech to do something with his career because he's 29. If now he doesn't do anything after that, it's over. So it will be a good solution for Milan and good solution for Ziyech.
Yeah, absolutely. What were we talking about? Oh yeah, Origi is a midfielder. Just when I thought I heard it. Yeah, the reason why I say that is because when I see him play, he's helping his teammates. He's working. He's moving all over the place. He's running all over the place, and he's always there, available for a teammate. I mean, that's what midfielders do essentially. So listen, I know in this channel we've spoken a lot about this. His goal conversion rate is not the goal conversion of a number 9, but is more actually the goal conversion rate of a number 10. So make him a number 10. That's maybe what everybody should have done, and that's why he was misunderstood. Make Origi number 10. That's my idea. What do you think?
Yeah, maybe it will work like that. Maybe it will happen like that. So, yeah.
3 years into Liverpool, we need creative game bench. 3 years into Liverpool's project, they won the UCL. Let's see Milan. I don't think we'll win the UCL. We have to remember. Sorry, let me just say that we have to remember that not to give flowers to anybody, but EPL has a completely different structure when it comes to money and when it comes to resources. So yeah, you guys are the fucking Super League. Thank you. Of course, in 3 years. Anyway,
the revenue is not just the same, so
yeah.
you cannot compare. They paid 80 million for Alisson. They paid 80 million for Van Dijk, so it's not the same.
Yeah, no, for sure. No, I mean, but also I don't want to take any credit away from Liverpool.
Yeah, they do an excellent job, but you cannot compare
Yeah.
the growth you can have in the Premier League with the growth that you can have in the Serie A.
Right. You see, in the Premier League, you have, let's say, you have the ability to go straight away and spend like a top 4 team, like a top 1 team, like a top team in Europe. In Italy, you have to build your way up to that. So it's very different. And this is what Milan is doing. And but again, we put in the A team against the A team. I don't think this game is finishing 4-1. I really don't think so.
Yeah.
So Shah says Ziyech came in to replace who? Messias? No way that has any immediate benefits as a January move. I mean, how else would we add quality to this team? We need to add more quality to the team. Ziyech is a good opportunity. Like, I'm assuming Ziyech would raise the level, the quality level of everybody. That's what happens when you bring good players that are technical players. It raises the quality of everybody around them. So Messias would probably benefit from it. I don't know. What do you think?
Because Messias is not even playing; he's injured. He's mostly injured, so it doesn't even matter that much. Having Ziyech as the option for the right wing, it gives you a different solution than Makers, and you have 2 different solutions that you can rotate. Depends on the team you're playing against, and even Ziyech sometimes can also play some games on the left wing. Can also play at the cam.
Yeah.
He's useful. So
right.
For a loan with option to buy, that's a very good transfer.
And remember, Shah, like there are teams there that we are competing in Italy that have the luxury of having players like Raspadori on the bench. So for us, putting Messias on the bench, is a good thing. And if having Ziyech on the bench is a good thing. I mean, it's the quality has to run deep. The quality has to run deep. Dudery sucks at passing, both at decision making and precision. Guys has no vision. No way he's good. Cam. Okay, so it's not true that he sucks at passing. That is absolutely not true. Decision making and precision. Decision making where though? Because what I see, his decision making from the midfield to the attacking third is good, even up until the last pass. It's really just his finishing is not very precise. That's where he lacks. He's not a super precise finisher, but with Origi, like you can build the ball all the way up into the box. So why not play him as a cam? We don't play a regular cam anyway. We don't play Messi or Maradona, that kind of cam. We play these hybrid midfield,
Yes.
attacking midfield cams.
The formation is changing during the attacking phase, so it won't be a classic number 10.
Yeah, it's not a classic number 10 yet.
He can be support striker, he can be a winger, he can be anywhere you want him to play in the final third.
Uh Chabino says Buffal is better than Ziyech and he's 19. I don't know who this player is. Do you know who this player is?
Yeah, but I don't know where he plays. Let me check.
I agree. Ziyech is a high quality player for sure, man. But I think we benefit more from making sure summer signings hit their stride. Yeah, but that's why their argument is solid. Also, no
Oh,
disagreement there.
he plays in France, Buffal, for Rangers.
Yeah, I don't know the player. Um, yeah, it's just a matter of increasing the team with quality. Um, now I'm. Let's see what happens. We'll find out what happens. Yeah.
First of all, they need to focus now till the end of the year. They have to focus on the renewals of Leao Benacer and take care of that situation till the new year comes.
The Lao situation is starting to get a little bit annoying, I would say. So, reports are suggesting that Milan has offered 7 million to Leao. Now, we don't know the exact details of these kind of numbers, so let's all take this with a pinch of salt.
Yeah, because even he said that he's talking with Maldini. They were close to agreement. They will continue talking when he's back from the World Cup. So he's saying positive things, but that doesn't mean anything specific.
It doesn't mean any specific, yeah. So I think this January is probably when we're going to understand what kind of budget we're going to have. Maybe I don't know. Like, why? Why? My question is, why hasn't it happened already? That's the question. Where are the investigative journalists? Where are they? Nobody's given us any information here. We want to know why this is not happening already because it's been what, months now? It's been since the summer. How long is this going to go? Like, what are they waiting for? Were they waiting for Leao to see how he would do in the World Cup? Well, how did he do in the World Cup? That's an argument right there. The coach,
Not great, not terrible. He did very okay. I would give him 7 out of 10.
7 out of 10.
But
Yeah,
he didn't even play that much.
yeah,
That's another thing.
and the coach, said in his interviews that Leao is not ready to be like a player that you can put the whole team on his shoulders yet. In a World Cup setting, because in the World Cup you need players that fight their ass off to defensively and offensively. You can't just
It's
attack.
not just everybody is saying that Milan is the perfect place for him. He needs to wait,
Yeah,
he needs to mature. So
no
again, it's
doubt.
up to him. It's up to him. He how decides it will be done.
Yeah, yeah, and that's the thing. That's the thing. Everybody that has spoken on the issue, everybody that actually really cares, has said, "Yeah, this is your best option. Stay with Milan, and then do your thing with Milan, and then let's see how much. Let's see what you really are worth. And then Prove yourself
But
at Milan.
but if he doesn't renew, if he doesn't renew till the new year, there are some reports that Chelsea may offer 100 million for him.
Okay, so this Chelsea thing here, we'll welcome that with open arms if it doesn't work. So Chelsea now they've gotten Kunku, I think, right?
Yeah, they're very close to getting him,
And they're getting another player too.
and they need to get another striker because Boya got injured. So
Yes, but they got another player. Didn't they just recently get another player? I can't remember. Oh my god, I just saw it. They got another player. I don't know. I don't know. But Chelsea is definitely moving its pieces. I don't know what's going to happen, guys. I honestly have no clue what's going to happen. What I hope is going to happen is this. I'm going to tell you what I hope is going to happen. That this January, the team stays what it is, and we add on to it, and we make it stronger. And we go and we play against Tottenham. We beat Tottenham. We go to the quarterfinals, and then fuck it, let's play for those semifinals. You know, that's how I would like to see things go. And then in the summer, if Lao is like, okay, yeah, let's sell Lao, guys. In the summer, you have 3 months to look for. You have now. If you know you're going to sell Lao now, you have up now to figure out how you're going to replace Lao in the summer. And you can get 3 or 4 players, and you can turn the team into the best team in the world. You know, with these kind of sales, you get the right players. Forget about it. So
yeah, they have the time till the summer to find They need to do something similar to what they did with Manyan and the Naruma situation.
yeah,
If you know he's gone, just prepare the new player before you sell.
that's right. Yeah,
You don't even have to spend big money. You can find a player that can play good. Yes, he won't have the layout impact, which is true. You you need players that can have that impact, but still somebody that is fairly good and that can grow.
yeah, yeah. There's definitely. Oh yeah, Fofana. That's right, Fofana. That was a player, and I think he's a striker, right? So
No,
maybe he's not a striker.
Fofana
This is
is the
not.
defender.
Are you sure?
If they got another Fofana, that's another thing.
Let us know if what position he plays.
If it's Wesley Fofana, he's a defender. He's a center back.
No. Wesley Fofana? No.
Yeah,
I think it's
the
a.
guy that got from Leicester. If they got another Fofana, that's another thing.
Can you let us know, Chub Eno? Um, Leao, Giroud, and Theo have been great at this World Cup. Yes. Well, Leao.
Oh yeah. I see now. They signed somebody from Molde. His name is still Fofana. David Fofana.
What position does he play?
I think he's a striker.
Okay, yeah. So I think that is probably the Breuer replacement right there. He's a youngster, right?
Yeah, he plays as a striker. He's 20, I think.
Yeah. So they already got their Breuer replacement. They get in Nkunku, but Nkunku is who's Nkunku replacing?
Well,
I
they
guess
don't have.
Ziyech. Nkunku is replacing what
Yeah.
Ziyech should be doing. I don't know. Anyway, Leao is worrying. Did you guys hear what Sandro said when he talked? When the talk is he has to make his own decision, it usually means his packing his bags, which is fine. Just tell him right away.
No, it doesn't have to mean that.
Did
He's
Tonali
just
say that?
saying. Yeah, he said he had. They everybody said they cannot influence his decision. They basically had he's a big boy. He needs to make his own decisions.
When did he say this?
I think today or yesterday he had an interview.
The one on the AC Milan? I saw that interview. I don't remember seeing that.
Yeah, he said that. Basically, he said that about Lao.
Okay. I never go beyond 7. Hopefully, reduction is around when I can post 8. What? What does that mean? I'm not sure what that means. Loud, definitely leaving, in my opinion. Okay, I don't think Lau is staying beyond June. I'm worried that the more we stall, the less we'll get. So now that I have made my peace with them leaving, I want the sale to happen as soon as possible. I see.
But it will be damaging if the sale happens in January.
Uh, I think so. Yeah, I think so too. Kind of sad a big team like Milan are forced to sell their best players. Um, well,
Well, technicality, we're not forced to sell them. It's not like the club has to sell. The problem is the players want to leave. It's not something financial.
yes, and also let's not forget again that we have to be realistic about where Milan is in its journey. And again, Milan right now is doing more than it should be doing. That's why our players are worth 80 million, 100 million, 50 million, 60 million. There's a lot of players like that in Milan because we won a Scudetto with those players. We got into the Champions League with these players. These were players that 3 years ago nobody even fucking knew their names. Okay? And now look at how much they cost. So it's
Did you
it's
watch the Maldini interview?
we're doing our work is too good for our own good. That's the problem. We are faster than what we can handle. That's the issue. What's up? What?
Did
Yeah,
you
so
watch the Maldini interview?
yeah, the 4 minute interview.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I like what he said. He said Milan is Milan. They cannot be satisfied with just one Scudetto, and when they play, they need to play for competitions.
Oh yeah.
So
That's
basically, if the sports director says that, it means that the club has big plans for the future.
oh yeah, of course. I mean that is yeah for sure. Even Pioli said that actually. Pioli said in his interview with Sky, he said, "Look, Milan right now, what he is telling the players, look, you guys are in 4 competitions. Your job is to try and win all 4 of these competitions. You know,
Yeah,
uh, you play the Champions League to win the Champions League. You play the Serie A to win the Serie A. You play the Coppa Italia to win the Coppa Italia. You play the Supercoppa to win it. That's the mentality you go in it. You go in there to win. And then if you don't, you don't. But you go in there to win.
because people also sleep on the Primavera team. Primavera team is very good. They have very talented players that can be integrated next year into the team.
Yes, and this is the other thing here. This is the other thing that Milan. This is a very smart management, and this is something that I don't know if I'm being a little bit maybe too optimistic. Maybe I'm reaching a little bit, but I think these guys have bought a lot of really good players at a very young age, and right now they have them parked in the Primavera, and soon these players are going to come out as really good players. Um, I think this is the ultimate project, essentially.
Yeah, even Aleto, the guy that signed new contract a couple of weeks ago, I can see him as a long-term replacement for Benacer if Benacer leaves.
Really, I haven't seen him. I
He's
just know.
creative. He plays as CDM. He can pass the ball. He's very good.
Oh,
He's
okay,
17
nice.
only,
Yeah.
so
I saw he scored against, but I didn't
he scored.
see
He
much.
also has a very good passing. Very similar. He has a similar style of play than Benacer. He does a
Nice.
lot of recoveries. He can pass the ball. He can find the solutions
Yeah,
in the attack. He even assisted one goal. So
yeah. Yeah, so there are players that are very interesting in that Primavera camp, but I think when they hit their 19, 20, 21, these are going to be good players that are either going to be at Milan, but they're going to stay in top level football, I think, more than usual. And because that's what Milan can honestly do right now. Like that's the best strategy you can do if you don't have the funds and the resources of other clubs. Like it's literally the only thing you can do. It's it's unfortunate it is that way, but you have to grow your crop in your backyard and then make sure that your crop is the best in the market. Wish this channel is around when we win eighth, which I think is only a few years away. Yeah, I think so. I think it's close. I think we're going to be
I
getting
would
very
say
close.
3 or 4 years at max. At least we can play in the final.
I already say next year we are going to be one of those teams that is favorites to win it. I already say starting from next year.
Maybe.
Yeah. That's my opinion. Milan needs to win quickly before Juventus wake up. Yeah,
But
Juventus.
Juventus is also in a lot of trouble.
Yeah, I mean that.
They have huge, especially now, even though they will not be severely punished, because latest report saying nobody will punish them, they're in financial trouble. They have huge losses, so it's not like they can spend a lot of money.
Yeah, yeah. They have to definitely sort out their thing. The one thing that I'm worried about Juve, actually, I don't want to say I'm worried. I think that's a stupid term. One thing about Juve, though, is actually Juve has been doing what Milan is starting to do right now for a long time. They have been getting the best youngsters for a long time, like the best Italian youngsters and the best European youngsters. Like that's the Juventus Primavera is always been the most competitive Primavera, even as far as Europe goes. So they are kind of have guarantees. This is the thing. Like they're going to have a similar situation like Milan had. They're going to have a team full of youngsters that is going to do well, but it's not going to happen soon. Like it took us 3 years to get where we are
Yeah.
right now, so it's going to be the same for them. How was Branks? How was Branks?
I think he played okay.
You
From what
think
I
that we're
watched,
going?
nothing else.
You think we're going to get Branks in the end? So Branks right now is not. He's on loan.
He's on loan. Well, if he gets the chances and plays good, why not? For 10 million, he's a good player.
Is that how much he is? Around 10 million.
Yeah, around 10.
Um. Yeah. Honestly, I don't know. We'll see. I don't have anything negative to say about him. To be honest with you, like everything I've seen from him has been good. He looks like he's got a good mentality when he plays. He's got a fighting spirit mentality, which is very important. For a 19-year-old, he carries himself really well on the field, I think.
Yeah.
But you can tell he's still very, in the beginning of this process. But yeah, I think there's quality there. Let's see what Milan does. I don't know. We'll find out. Thoughts on the Club World Cup? I love it. I freaking
The
love
new
it.
format.
What is this?
There's a new format from 2025. I don't know if you read this.
Yeah.
Just like the World Cup, 32 teams.
I love this idea. I
But
love this idea.
the problem here, it will be just extra more games for the players which are already playing too many games in a season, and more injuries will happen to everybody. That's all the only problem with that kind of format.
So exactly, how does it work? How does
Just
it?
like the World Cup, they
How
will be
does it?
divided in groups.
No. But
With
when
elimination.
does it take place?
I think, I don't know, either maybe in the summer. I don't know.
So what? It's a summer competition. Hold on.
Probably because I don't know how they're gonna implement that many games in the winter.
Let's see what this is all about.
Because they're gonna need a month to play them.
This is a FIFA thing, so let's go to FIFA.
And that's even 100% decided what I think it will be very same like the World Cup. But again, that brings the question because that it will happen. They will play 2025 Club World Cup next year. Again, it's a national team World Cup. So 2 seasons in a row, they're gonna play around 60 games per season, which is too much even for the players. And then also there will be new format of the Champions League when there will be more games played. So it's getting kind of ridiculous what they're doing.
Yeah, let me see. Let me see. I don't know much about it. I saw. I mean, I don't know when it takes place. So, FIFA to launch new Club World Cup with 32 teams and 25. Okay, here. Let's see. Gianni Infantino has reached a major row with Europe's leading federations, announcing that FIFA will launch a 32-team Men's Club World Cup in 2025. What amounts to an ambush to the Premier League and its counterparts. Ooh. The FIFA president confirmed the drastic expansion of a tournament whose current annual iteration sees 7 teams compete. His revelation was made even though no agreements have been made with the relevant domestic leagues.
I heard Premier League, so what's up?
Oh, shit. God damn. We're reading about FIFA, the World Club Cup.
Okay.
And what is it? The revamped event will, as trailed by Infantino, take place every 4 years. It is understood that no formal proposal has been shown to the Premier League, whose stance was set in November 2021 and remains unchanged. But then the league's chief executive, Richard Messi, said it was committed to preventing any radical changes. Okay. All right. So this is not official, guys.
Well, president of FIFA said it, so.
Interesting. What's up, Antonio? What's up, Nathan? How you guys doing?
Good. How are you?
I'm all right.
Did you see the power of the Premier League today?
No, I didn't actually. I don't care. I really don't. Kenan Yildiz, for instance, is the number 1 ranked player born 24. Oh, Juve have a great account. Yeah, they do. They definitely do. Yeah, I don't care about the Premier League. I don't give a shit. Yeah.
Take the L.
Yeah, okay. Yeah, I don't feel like talking about that, to be honest. We already spoke about that. Let's just keep on going with what we're talking about. So, what do you guys know about the Club World Cup? What do you think about it? Nathan? Antonio? Nothing.
One second.
Yo, are you guys here? Why the fuck do you come here and you don't talk, dude? All right, okay. Roy, you should care about the OK because then you wouldn't be relevant. The PL, I don't give a fuck. No, I don't give a fuck about this narrative here about EPL teams beating AC Milan. I don't care. The game that I'm looking at is the Tottenham game, and that's the game I'm curious about. One club World Cup would be better than 3-4 UCLs. So every 4 years, it's kind of like a World Cup. It's interesting. It's quite an interesting competition. But it doesn't look like as if it's been officialized from what I'm reading. I don't know. Nathan, what's up, man? Nathan, can you hear me?
He's probably working.
No. Antonio?
What's up?
What's up, man? How you doing? Are you happy your fucking Liverpool won today?
I'm not a Liverpool fan, but I'm happy about the Premier League, yeah.
Yeah. Well, fuck you and the Premier League. How about that?
I told you Liverpool would smoke Milan.
You're funny, dude. 2-3 Club World Cups, and Juve is the biggest team in history. I don't know if Juve is the biggest team in history. Roy, could a league outside of Europe ever attract the biggest players and stars? There was talks of China 3-4 years ago, but it flopped. No, I don't think so. I think the Champions League format. The thing is that in Europe, there's a lot of countries that live, breathe. Football is a religion, and it's all the countries that have dedicated like the majority of their sporting energy to that specific sport. So, plus, FIFA is located in Europe. So I think that for now, the center of football, club football, is going to be in Europe because that's where the most money is. And then if maybe in 500 years it moves to somewhere else, it could be Asia because I see Asia is possible because Asia has the biggest consumer uh, base, right? So there's 60% of the population is in Asia. So it is possible that it moves to Asia. Yeah, very possible. I think. We'll see. I don't know. What do you guys think?
Yeah, about this league outside of Europe, uh, I think it can work in the short term, but not in the long term. Because in order to have that much competitive in other leagues, you need the other leagues in that continent to be also competitive. Maybe if they do some kind of a merger, maybe more continents to play in a single competition, yeah, then yes. But with the current system, I don't see anything to work in the long term.
Yeah. We'll see. We'll see. If teams win 2 or 3 Club World Cups, it will be equivalent to 8-12 UCLs. Occurs every 4 years.
Well, depends on how teams will they take it seriously or not, because usually they don't see it at that much serious competition.
Yeah, it comes down to prestige, really, and how the players live it. The thing about the World Cup is that the World Cup they're not they're performing for their country. It's different. It's not a club team. It's more it's deeper than that. So I don't know if a club World Cup would have the same impact. I don't know.
Mm.
What do
It,
you
it,
think?
it will take time to build that reputation.
Yeah, right.
Maybe in 20-30 years, yes, but for the time being, for the next period, I don't think so.
Like why would a player be like, damn, I want to win the World Club Cup? Like, what is his motivation?
Well, because first of all, what counts is the Champions League always has been and always will be as the most prestigious one. Because uh, I don't see this as looking down on other continents, but in the end, the best teams are in Europe. They're in Europe, so
Yeah, I think essentially the European teams will dominate the competition, and the European teams, it's the same teams that dominate the Champions League are the teams that are going to dominate the competition. But you're going to have outsiders. You are going to have outsiders for sure.
yeah,
Like
there are a lot of good teams, for example, in South America that can play
yeah,
straight.
but also North Africa has some very good teams. North Africa has some very good teams.
And
So
there are some good teams also in the Asian Champions League as well.
are there?
There are a couple of that can make a little bit of trouble.
I I
Nothing big.
I don't see any teams in North America getting given any trouble to the Real Madrids, the Barcelonas, the Juventus, the Milans, the Inters, the Chelseas, the Liverpools, the Bayern Munichs. I don't see one single team in the MLS that can in
They're
Canada
trying because
and
MLS is
Mexico.
still trying to increase popularity of football in America.
Yeah, so I'm saying like if in I don't see any teams in North America, I find it very difficult that there could be any teams in Asia that could really trouble a Real Madrid.
Well, not trouble them, but maybe take a point or two.
I mean, this competition is going to be won by Real Madrid, the teams that have the most money, the teams that can afford the most players, essentially. That's who's going to be
It
winning
will be
this
the same
competition.
like it's now the Club World Cup. Either a European team or a South American team wins it.
Um, because I think because it's a competition that increases the amount of games players play. I think teams will have to be bigger, will have to have more players, and the team that can afford the most quality team is going to be the best team. So who's the richest team? Man City. There you go.
Yeah,
And
that's what I'm saying. Depends
Newcastle.
on how serious teams will take in consideration that World Cup, which will not happen overnight.
yeah. Because of the black and white TV era, the South American leagues were big back in the day. Well, South American leagues are big today too. Yeah,
Yeah,
I
but
mean,
again, that's a different era where football doesn't even brought that much revenue to people.
right, right. The revenue that happens in the UEFA continent, in the European continent, is different. But the Argentinian league is very popular in Argent. Like they follow it very. The Brazilian league. By the way, Endrick got bought by Real Madrid, 60 million.
Of course, Real Madrid is the smartest team. That's why they're the biggest. They have prepared
Yep.
in time. Because look at their option in midfield. In midfield, they have young players Camavinga, Valverde, and Chouameni, which are all under 20 almost. Only Valverde is 22. And in attack now, you have Rodrigo, Vinicius, and Hendrick.
they pretty much have the Brazilian attack of the future.
They're stacked.
Yeah. They're very clever. They're very clever. What they're doing is extremely clever. Hats off to Real Madrid for sure. Clubs like Palmeiras, Santos, MLS teams, Asian teams, and around the globe will be able to compete against European teams, and we will see which club is best on the year in the world.
If a European team takes in consideration very seriously that competition, I assure you none of those teams can win it. If the European team takes it
it's impossible.
seriously,
It's
it's
just
impossible.
you have to realize that the teams that you're talking like the teams like MLS teams are the equivalent of mid-table Serie A teams. Like that's the best. Like the best
Because in the end, the best players of Palmeiras, Santos, MLS team, Asian teams, they will be in Europe. They will play in Europe.
Yeah, I think MLS probably the best MLS team is probably equivalent to maybe Sassuolo, something like that. That's what I'm saying. Thank you for the super chat, Shah. Really appreciate it. Glad to catch a live show after a while. Thanks, Roy. No problem. Thank you, my man. Thank you. I'll play a little video for you. For good luck, Cardinale is going to bring us good luck. Thank you, bro. I really appreciate it. It happened every 4 years, so we'll gain prestige quickly. It is a possibility, yeah, 100%. It is definitely a possibility. I do not deny that. Christian Pazmino, what's up, my man? Forza Milan Shah. Thank you, bro. Like the video, guys, for sure. Sucks for Vega for playing left back. Yeah, definitely. Guys, who do you think will win World Cup finale? Argentina or France? Bruh, I have no clue. I do not know.
France are reporting they have some sick players.
Yeah, so what I know, but I don't know how true this is. So there are two players from France that are in the first team, plus Theo Hernandez, that might not play in the final. I don't know. I think it's going to be a very even match because both teams are built really well. Both teams have defense, midfield, and offense. Both teams have.
France has more options on the bench, and that may be decisive.
Do they though?
Yes, they do, for every position, because that French team is scary.
I think honestly, I don't know. I got the same impression with Argentina that they have also a pretty deep bench.
In attack, yes, in attack they have, but they don't have in other areas. They don't have that many options in defense and midfield.
Okay, maybe I didn't get that impression, but maybe that could be one of the things that tops it over. The way I'm looking at it right now, I could be wrong about this. I'm seeing it pretty 50-50. I think that luck is going to be a big part of the game. I think luck is going to be the
Yeah,
decisive
it's 50-50 because Messi will play, and when Messi plays at this level, anything can happen.
Yeah, that's the thing. Messi's very good, but France has a lot of very good players too up top. The best MLS team is LAFC, who have old Chiellini and Gareth Bale, who had 7 touches against England in the World Cup. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying. Like the MLS, the level of football in America is very, 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 very low in compared to even Italy. I'm saying. So I
Yeah,
don't see these
but
teams
people need to
doing.
understand that's normal for the US. No, USA has different sports that they have been following for years. So you cannot overnight made football that popular. So even the league can go up in quality.
Yep, yep. Christian Pesmino says, I'm with France for the Milan players. Yeah, it'd be nice to see Theo and Giroud win the World Cup. It'd be good for them. I'm neutral on this one. I don't care who wins. Actually, to me, I'll be honest with you. Sorry. I'm a little bit salty because whoever wins goes to 3 World Cups. We're starting to put pressure on Italy and Germany. So, for me, this is just a reminder how idiot Italy was for not making the World Cup. But I think Theo and Giroud would be nice for Milan, and I think Milan has had a great World Cup, right?
Yeah.
I mean, Giroud scored the important goal against who did they play?
Or before with Morocco, I think it was. No, not with
Before
Morocco.
Morocco.
Before Morocco, they played with who? I forgot.
England.
Yeah, against England. Yeah.
So Giroud had the winning goal against England there, even though Hernandez almost fucked it up for him. And then in the semifinal, Theo Hernandez scores the first goal. So like Milan is a protagonist of this World Cup. It's good. It says a lot about the players that we have.
Yeah, what's very important, we have tied Theo for a long-term contract. So
Yeah.
this is one player that we don't have to be worried about.
Yeah. Heard some.
Because this World Cup, he proved that he is the best left back in the world. If somebody was doubting him.
Oh yeah. I mean, we've been saying this for a while. Yeah, he definitely is. He definitely is. Heard some French players are getting sick. Yeah, Origi is effing injured. Oh my god. I know. Lazetic is still green. Still needs time, Lazetic, to show his worth. Messi or Mbappe? Honestly, can I be completely honest about this? I don't like any of them. But I don't know,
For,
man. I don't.
for now,
I'm in the middle, dude. I'm completely in the middle.
for now, it's still Messi because Mbappe is only 23.
I was thinking about this. People are saying Maradona is the greatest football because if Messi wins, then Messi will be probably considered by many people the best that has ever existed in football. And then they clash with those people that say Maradona was a better player than Messi and Pelé was a better player. So honestly speaking, the player that is getting closest to what Pelé can achieve is Mbappe, because Pelé, I think, won 3 World Cups in a row, and this is Mbappe's second World Cup that if he wins, he gets. So he's the one getting closer to Pelé, because also Pelé won those World Cups at a very young age. That's why he was able to win 3 in a row. Mbappe is literally the same thing. As a teenager, he won the first World Cup. Now, as a 23-year-old or 22, 23-year-old, he's in his second World Cup final. But then you have the Messi Maradona. And I was thinking, like, Maradona's Napoli was not comparable to Messi's Barcelona. So maybe the guys that say Maradona was the better player are correct. Because if I think about Maradona's Napoli is like compared to what today? Maybe Lazio? Maybe like a Lazio? I don't know. And then you just put Maradona in there and all of a sudden it's, the best team in Italy.
Yeah, and people need to understand at that time there was different style of football when it was a lot more difficult to score.
Oh yeah, for sure. It was definitely football was way more difficult back then because the rules did not protect you as much as they protect you today.
And plus, if you take a look at defenses that Inter had, Milan had, Juventus had at that time when Napoli won the Scudetto, you're gonna see how special Maradona was.
Yeah, Maradona was definitely special for sure. Let's see if Messi wins the World Cup. We'll
Yeah,
have
but
to.
that's another thing. If Messi managed to, because this Argentina is not that great,
True.
and
It's
if
not.
he managed to bring them the World Cup like he's playing so far, that will be an astonishing performance by him, an achievement.
Yes. Yeah. Yeah. Right. This is '98 all over again. How are France players getting sick all of a sudden? This is like Brazil before '98 final. So, are you
Yeah,
suggesting that they're wanting to make Argentina win?
I think French players are getting sick. They said from the air conditioning on the stadium.
Yeah, flu. They said right. They got a flu.
They have some flu influenza, something like that.
I'll go with Argentina to win the World Cup because Messi. I'm so like detached from it that I just don't care. I just don't care. Like Messi has never been in my radar. Like there's no reason for me to like. I don't know. I don't know. How do you feel about this?
Well, uh, listen, I never liked Messi that much, even though nobody can deny that he's one of the greatest players that ever played. But yet again, for this World Cup, I want France to win because of Theo and Giroud, especially because of Giroud. Because at 36, he's reinventing himself. He's a protagonist. He's one of the main players. So I would love to see him score and get that trophy again.
Yeah, that would be nice to see Giroud and Theo win the World Cup. I think that'd be very good for Milan. That'd be very good for Milan. I think Theo Hernandez after this World Cup and also Giroud, they have leveled up. Especially Theo. Theo has leveled up after. We're going to see a different kind of. We're
Yeah.
going to see a player that we've never seen before when Theo comes back from this World Cup. So it's going to be really good. Really, even if they do lose, actually, it doesn't really matter. Like if they lose or they win, like Theo and Giroud are going to be. Well, hopefully they win, so if they feel more positive. If they lose, they might feel down. I don't know. Okay, what happens to Messias? I don't know. He got injured again, or he's just in precautions, as far as we know. Been many years since I said we have some world class players. It's all about proving it in the biggest competition. Yes, yeah. Once they've proven it, I mean, like if Milan beats Tottenham with a great performance, you can say, yeah, wow, that guy was world class, and that's how it starts. So that's how you do it. You do it by beating the best, not the best, but you beat it in the world stage. Giroud is going to win the game, I believe. That'd be great for Giroud.
Yeah. Yes.
Baka needs to go. Bakayoko played today, yeah. There's a video that argues 80s Serie A was the closest thing to a Super League that should tell you how difficult Maradona's Napoli title wins were. I don't know if that is completely true, man. This idea that Italy in the 80s, yeah, the economy was much better. There was a lot of money going around, but there was a lot of competitive teams around Europe, guys. Like between 80 and 90 and 2000, you had a lot of different European teams that were in the finals winning. You had like even Eastern European teams that were amongst the most competitive in Europe. But yeah, whatever. I understand what you're saying. Yeah, I totally get it. Do you have anything to say about that?
Yeah, because that period, 80s, 90s, Syria was the best league in the world. You can see by the players playing that. So after mid 90s, maybe at the end of the 90s, it started to drop off slowly. But in that period, uh, at least in the defensive department, Syria were a super league at the defensive department. That's why I said what Maradona did, scoring those goals against those defenses is something amazing.
Yeah, it's true. Definitely. Messi will be on everyone's radar when he signs with Juve for free. Do you think Juventus is going to sign Messi for free? I don't think
No
so.
way, that's not
Ju-
happening.
Juventus is going to go with their youngsters, and they have a lot of quality. If that moron Allegri would have just played the youngsters, they would have played with much more hunger to prove themselves. Because Juventus gets these players, they pay him so much money. These guys have no hunger. You know, it's all like a prima donna and stars. Let the youngsters play. They will fight. They will fight. Milan's more dangerous when Benacer is playing. Yeah, absolutely, 100%. I saw you had an argument with Paul earlier, and you said that Mike Magnan is more important than Leao.
Yeah, that's true. At this stage, I mean, at the stage that we are as a team, because you can see the difference when Mike is not playing. We're a totally different team. Totally different team. With Leo, somehow maybe you can make it up, but without Mike, we don't have a proper backup. We don't have somebody that will take which will be fixed next year with Sportiello. It will ease up.
Yeah, Sportiello.
Yeah, but
That's a concern.
for now, I would say Mike is the most important. I even said it last season when we won the Scudetto. My MVP was Mike, not Lea.
Yeah, me too. Me
So
too.
depends on the team and the style we play. For now, it's Mike, but in the future when we have more options, it will be a different story.
Yep. Let's see. Ali needs to start over CDK in games. Yeah, we said that earlier too. We very don't understand what's going on with Ali. I was talking about Giroud and Hernandez. I haven't seen a Milan player in a World Cup final in many years, so it shows we're doing something right. Oh yeah, absolutely, absolutely, man, definitely. I think that is a great indication. You know, I mean, all our players did pretty well. I think Dest did okay, right? He had a decent World Cup. Well, not all our players. Leao, when he played, he did well. When he played, he's still not ready to take the first team, according to the coach. Balotelli, I don't think he played. Actually, did he play? I don't know if he played.
No, no.
He didn't play. And who else was there? Kjaer was very disappointed in Denmark's. Kjaer didn't play much though.
He got injured again.
Yeah, yeah. Um, Tomori would have been very helpful for England, but yeah, how could you not call Tomori, man? That is crazy. That
Oh,
is absolutely crazy. Rebic was okay, but not dangerous no more. Rebic is on holiday. He's been on holiday for a while. Hopefully, he comes back. Yeah, that's it. That is it. Okay, let's see if there's anything else today that came out that is interesting. Mirante saved a bunch of penalties.
yeah. He was decent today.
Yeah.
Yeah, he was okay.
So the three standout players were Yacine Adli, Marco Lazetic, and Salamakers. This is true.
Yeah. Well, from what I saw, yes. Well, Makers was the best out of them all. So. Lazetic had good movement, but he lacks the strength. But he can improve that in time.
Still a bambino.
Yeah, he's still a kid. You can see that.
Transfer news. Morocco star Amrabat frustrated after being followed everywhere by Giroud. Yeah. World Cup final at risk for Theo Hernandez as France confirm knee issue.
Yeah, I think when he got that terrible tackle, I don't know who was against them in the Morocco game. He was tackled bad.
Yeah, there's literally have been there's nothing been concrete regarding who Milan is going for this January, which is really strange because in the past there was much more, many more names being thrown
Yeah,
out there.
now nothing.
Now nothing. Yeah, it's kind
But
of
I
weird.
think that's because the way that Maldini and Massara operate. You can barely even know when they're news what's right or not because they work under the radar. So even if something is planned, nobody knows except those two.
Yeah. So yeah, I wish we had more information regarding that, but I guess we just have to wait a little bit. Hmm. Yeah, I don't think there's anything, man. I don't think there's anything.
There are no specific news regarding who can come, who not.
Who's the best goalkeeper in Serie A? I mean, this is easy question, bro. It's Mike Magnan. I mean, that's not even a debate. By far, it is Mike Magnan. I think the second guy is like 3 steps behind him. Mike Magnan is the best player is Mike Magnan is the best football player in Serie A. Maybe Vice Verasquilla is up there with him. Those two are the two best football players in Serie A. That is from Roy. I don't know. What do you think? Who are you? Who? What do you think?
Yeah, probably Mike would be the best player in Syria currently. And after that, I would say maybe Leao, Kvicha, Zelinski. I would say those are probably the top. Theo, those are my top five.
Salamander's scoring was he scored a nice goal, yeah, and another again, like I said earlier, he scores against a European team once again. Tomorrow's injured. Did he get injured? Do you know?
Not injured, but they were precautious with him. He followed personalized program. They didn't want to take risks.
Szczesny did have a really good World Cup. Szczesny is a great goalkeeper. I think he's a fantastic goalkeeper. Yeah, no doubt about it. Szczesny was the best World Cup before elimination. Yeah, he's a top goalkeeper. Szczesny. I've seen him make some crazy ass saves. He's definitely up there. Was it more, but in the first half we keep pushing the move to the left side. I only didn't get to see much more Salamanders and Kalulu much. Well, soon we're going to see more Calabria. I'm looking forward to when we get Calabria back. Kalulu can go in the middle with Tomori. That duo right there is very strong. Theo Hernandez on the right. Benacer, Tonali. Then let's see what happens.
Also, the understanding that Salamaker has with Calabria is very important for that right side.
Yeah.
In the style of play we play. So
I would like to see Calabria and Ziyech, how they would operate on the right side together. That'd be nice to see. Let's see if that happens. CDK to me, I honestly have no clue. I was thinking they essentially want to see CDK do what Milenkovic-Savic does. Can he do that, do you think?
oh, sorry, what? Like Milinkovic Savic?
Yeah.
I don't see that type of a player. I think the closest that some player you can describe CDK is Kevin De Bruyne. They have a similar style of
Wow,
play.
that's a
Okay.
huge. That's a big.
I'm,
That's a big
I'm talking
comparison.
about the style of play they play, not the quality.
Hmm. Okay. Well, yeah, we are all rooting for CDK, so hopefully he gets to play at a high level soon. I heard Milan were linked with Grealish. Thoughts? Please no.
Yeah, there was some stupid report that Milan would offer 70 million for Grealish. That would never happen.
I mean, there's so many players in Italy that are so much better than Grealish that cost 5 million. Why should we spend any?
Especially for 70 million, never gonna happen.
Look, if Grealish was Italian, he'd be like in Torino right now, guys. He'd be like in I don't know what you call it. Maybe he'd be a Lazio. Like Grealish is a player, but to me, I don't understand what. Like he's a little bit technical. He's a little bit technical, and he's good at cutting in. But we're not. We're talking about a player that is. He's Messias. I mean, what's the difference between Grealish and Messias? Tell me. Tell me. I don't know. I know. You tell me. What is the difference between Grealish and Messias? What is the difference? They're exactly the same. They score the same amount of goals. They do the same amount of assists. They play exactly the same. Like, what's the point?
But the point is, Grealish is English. That's why they always do this type of thing with English players.
I think Foden would be a really good player to have if you want to go for the English attackers.
Yeah, Foden is probably one of the rarest English youngsters that deserve the hype on
Yeah,
praise.
Foden is a very good player with very good mentality and very versatile, very technical. So I would be happy to be linked with Foden, not so much Grealish.
But again, he will be worth over 100 million, so we're not getting that type of players.
Yeah, bring back Kessie. I think that story ended, right? I don't think
Yeah,
I don't
yeah,
think
he's
anybody's
not
talking
coming
about
back.
that. I don't think anybody's talking about that anymore. I don't know what's going to happen with Kessie. We'll see. We will see what happens with Kessie. Is he going to come back to Milan? I don't know.
Yeah, I don't think Barcelona will do that after only half a season. Maybe in the summer, yes, but not after half a season.
Grealish is a big flop. What happened to Traore? Isn't Traore like on holiday still?
You, does he mean Balotelli or because if he's speaking about Chaka Torre, he's with the Primavera.
Oh yeah, yeah. Chagatrans with Primavera. Baltra, I think he's on holiday. And by the way, Camarda a few days ago was training with the first team.
That's huge
Oh, wait,
because
no, not the first team. The Primavera. My
the
bad.
Primavera, yeah, and he's only 15.
Yeah.
So maybe there's a chance that we can see in some games next season when he's 16.
Yeah, yeah.
Because let's not forget Pellegrini made at 16 the debut with Genoa.
Hmm.
So,
Yeah.
so again, if Commander is that special, I don't see why not to get some games.
So let's see. Let's see if he's that kind of player. That explodes really early. Who knows? Be interesting. We have some interesting youngsters coming up, guys. Because he's getting benched by 18 and 20-year-olds. Yeah, he's not meant for that kind of game, Kissy. Like, I don't know what his agent was thinking. Like, Kissy is not meant for Spanish football. Kissy should either be in the Serie A, the Premier League, or the Bundesliga, or France, but not in Spain. Unless you're playing for Atletico Madrid. But if you're like the last club that Kessie wants to be in the whole world is Barcelona. Like, why the fuck did his agent put him there? It's just money, nothing else. Such a bad decision for his career. He should have accepted less money and kept on playing and keep on bringing value his stock up. Right now, he's never going to take Barcelona. Never, no, it's never going to happen. Andon Christian says hello. Have you been? I know you were disappointed about the game. I was too.
Oh, hello, Christian. Nah, not really disappointed. Just I'm disappointed that we had 1,500 players. Because again, these are friendly. These are meant to prepare you physically. So I'm more worried about the medical team rather than the way we play. Because we played a team that will never ever play in those formation or those 11 players at that given time. So no need to be disappointed. We have one more friendly, I think, at the 30th of December against PSV. Hopefully by then we'll have a lot more players available.
Yeah. We need more attackers in rubbish countries. 2 years, yes. I think so. Look at what Alexander says. Imagine Adli goes alone and Cristiano takes number 7.
But Cristiano doesn't offer anything anymore. And
You don't think so?
he has a toxic personality. He wants to be the main guy, and he's not willing to take a back seat, not to be the main guy.
So you're saying no to CR7, huh? The legend.
First, it will cost too much. We don't have that kind of money, and it will not worth the investment.
We're talking about one of the greatest goal scorers of all time.
If this was 3 years ago, I would say yes, but not now. We have Ibra in that place. We have Euro in that place.
Yeah, it is something to consider that Ibrahimovic is going to be back, and Ibrahimovic's position is that centre forward position, and so is Giroud's, and so is Origi. So it's going to be a little bit, a lot of players if we bring Cristiano in there too. But,
Plus, there's no point in having 3 old strikers for one position. There's zero logic behind that.
Another thing about Cristiano Ronaldo is I noticed that during the World Cup, his movements are the movements of I don't know what the proper term is, but he's moving like someone that is close to 40.
Yeah.
Like your body starts to move a little bit differently than what it used to move like when you were in your 30s and your 20s. Once you get into your 40s, your body starts to move a little bit different.
And plus, I don't like those reactions when he gets substituted. You cannot get that time.
What's
Every
that?
time. The reactions he had when he got substituted, when he was taken off.
When did this happen?
I think it happened in one of the games for Portugal. He was mad. Either he didn't get to play or he was substituted. I don't remember the exact situation.
Are you talking about when he stormed off the field?
Yeah.
Oh, he played the last 10 minutes.
Yeah. He was something angry. I don't know what happened.
Are we going to change our formation like 3 at the back? We tried it against Cremonese. I thought it looked decent. If we had
maybe
more
for some games, but not totally.
Yeah, look, if we go back to that Cremonese game where we played that 3-4-1-2, I thought it was interesting. It's an interesting formation because you can have 3 solid defenders, and then you can have a lot of quality, and you can balance it up in very creative ways. But against Cremonese, if Origi and Rebic can't fucking pull the ball behind the net. Like, what are we going to do? I mean, those guys, what are you getting paid for? Origi and Rebic, what are you getting paid for? What is your purpose? I'm a little bit upset with those two players right now. But no, I think he's going to keep on playing the 4-2-3-1. I don't think he's going to change that too much.
Yeah, maybe for some games, but again, the team is built for the formation we play. And even though we start 4-2-3-1, we never ever play the same formation for the whole game.
Yeah, exactly. We always end up playing with three at the back anyway. I mean, not always, but many times. Like we start the four. Sometimes it's three. Sometimes it's two. Sometimes it's four. It's a very fluid way of playing. It's very smart, very nice. I gotta say, Pioli did a great job. I don't know if he invented this or just applying the way we play. When our first team is healthy, like we play very nice football. I gotta say.
Yeah.
Anything else? What else is there?
Nothing much. I think after the World Cup there will be more news.
Yeah.
For now, everybody's focused on the final.
Are we getting any player in January? My guess is Ziyech. What's your guess?
If we get somebody, either Ziyech or somebody that we didn't even know we are connected. If we get some player, the question is even if we're gonna get there.
Messi renewal at PSG or Inter Miami? I don't know. Do you think that Messi has won this battle against Ronaldo?
Of course, by far.
Is it finished? Has
It's
it been decided?
Yes, it is. It's by far because
So
Messi
sorry, go ahead.
Messi is the best player we can see at this World Cup so far by the games he plays.
So the war is over. All the battles have been won, have been done, and the
Yes.
war is over. Messi has won the war.
Yes, especially with his behavior at last. So he's only himself to blame.
Yeah, I agree. I think the war is finally over. The Great War is finally over. Messi has won it.
Because people need to understand they're a totally different type of player. Messi is a pure talent, Ronaldo is a hard worker.
Yeah.
But sometimes, no matter how hard you work, you cannot make up for talent.
Yeah. Yeah, and I think Messi is just I don't know if humble is the right word, but I think he doesn't have this like celebrity attitude in the locker room. I think he's a little bit more personable with the players.
He's not that exposed, but he has an ego as well.
Oh, of course, he has an ego, but I would say that
But
he's more down to earth than Ronaldo.
he does things more smartly than Ronaldo. He's not exposing himself that much.
I think that Ronaldo has separated himself so much from other human beings in his status, in his wealth, in his celebrity stature that it's very difficult to be team with him.
Yes, that's the problem.
Yeah.
Ronaldo doesn't know how to be a part of the team. And he needs to be at center of attention. He needs to be at center of attention at all costs. Messi also wants to be a center of attention, but not at all costs.
Yeah.
There's a difference.
Are we able to return Origi? Now listen. Let's see what we need him to perform. So let's see what happens. I heard Broya had a nasty injury and he hasn't been playing for weeks since the Italy game. No, he got injured. Against in a club friendly while he was playing for Chelsea.
It's Laird's fault. He jinxed it.
Laird is This is Laird's fault. It is 100% on Laird. Like cannot take it any other way. Laird jinxed the fuck out of him, and.
But to be honest, I think this is the end of his career at Chelsea. Even depends how he will return from this injury. The good thing he's young, so he can still recover. But I think Chelsea in the summer are gonna sell him.
The summer, hey?
Yeah, because now they cannot. He's injured.
The Maradona was funny. Yeah. So I think Roy is out of the question now for us. I think he's out. We'll see who we're going to be looking at. All right, my man. Listen, I gotta close since I have to.
Have to go as well.
Anyway, it was good talking to you, Anon. Hopefully, we can. Hopefully, we can start talking about a winning Milan again in the Serie A. Coming up January 4th.
Just 2 weeks away.
Yeah. Who wins tomorrow, Morocco or Croatia?
I would have to give it to Morocco because they look more fit than Croatia.
Yeah. So
and I think it will be well deserved.
Yeah, I think so too. All right. So guys, everybody, thank you for joining us. Click the like button, do all that good stuff. We're going to start doing the regular lives soon when the Serie A starts again. But World Cup is almost finished. It's almost done. So, it's just a matter of time now. All right, guys. And thank you. See you next time. Christian Gabi was playing right after the first game, was inside us the whole time. Okay. Have a great night, everybody, wherever you are. Great afternoon, great morning. Forza Milan, like always. Peace.